Hello. Welcome back. It's been a hot minute because I've been lazy and busy. I made a list on letterboxd. I love letterboxd. It's probably my favorite app of all time. Anyway, I made a list a few days ago called Ethel cain-esque. Now, there's two things I love: movies and Ethel Cain. So this is my Ethel Cain song allocations to some of my favorite movies. Start off strong, Leviticus. Now this is a new one, this is a new movie. It only came out a month ago? Actually less. I watched Leviticus the weekend it came out. I've been so excited for that movie for so long. It was amazing. I've seen it twice in theaters. I'm gonna see it a third time next week. Yeah, loved that movie. Everything about that movie though is so Ethel Cain, so this was like a really easy one. It was very hard to pick one song that I felt like encapsulated Leviticus because you can talk about so many different songs relating to it. But I picked Dust Bowl. Now let's just look up some of the lyrics to Dust Bowl. Okay, not only is the song in its entirety kind of just like fitting with the movie, like the tune of it is quite gloomy and dark. The first few lyrics: pretty boy, natural blood stained blonde, with the holes in his sneakers and his eyes all over me. That's like Name talking about Ryan. I knew it was love when I rode home crying, thinking of you fucking other girls. So name coded, bro. So Leviticus and Dust Bowl, they go hand in hand for me. Next movie. This one, the movie is The Drama. Now this one I think was definitely, I think I saw a TikTok edit, but the Ethel Cain song that I felt was applied to this one was an unreleased one called Homecoming. There's one lyric in particular that goes, "They're all gonna laugh at me." I feel like Ethel Cain sings a lot about like social alienation and just being sort of an outsider, not being understood properly, but having so much feeling and like intelligence even, but none of that ever being looked into or recognized by other people. And I felt like that was very applicable to Emma in The Drama. She's sort of misunderstood, I think. Her fiance is scared of her, her friends like isolate her, and she just feels super alone even though she's got honestly the best intentions. I mean, I've only watched it once and it's not completely cemented in my mind, but from memory that all seems pretty applicable. I don't know, I just thought The Drama was a great movie, and it brought up issues of morality and what makes you a bad person. Is it, you know, your thought process and you thinking about doing something bad, or is it you actually actioning that? Like what is the sort of gray area for that? But I'm secretly still scared that you'll see underneath and you'll leave me here. Literally. I'll cry till my hair all falls out. Is it just me or is this room way too loud? Don't look now, but everyone's staring at us weird, and is it just me, or is there no air in here? That's literally like the scene, like the wedding scene. If I can find the edit that made me think of this, I'll plug it in. Okay, my next one I think is pretty blatantly Ethel Cain coded. It's called My Own Private Idaho. It took me forever to watch this movie. I'm a really big River Phoenix fan. I really love him. I became a fan of his when I was like 14 because I was really into 80s movies, and I just thought he was the most beautiful being ever. In my River Phoenix obsession, I didn't get to watching My Own Private Idaho, but I watched it earlier this year, and I really liked it. There is a lot of homoeroticism planted into that movie. River Phoenix is he's a scruffy old guy. He's like, I think he's a runaway, but he's got narcolepsy? Yeah, he's got narcolepsy. So the bulk of this movie is Keanu Reeves is like a rich boy and River Phoenix is not, but they kind of form this unlikely friendship, and River Phoenix, it's like heavily implied that he likes him in a romantic way. I thought Thoroughfare was a very appropriate song for that movie because it is pretty much the exact same plot. I met you there in Texas, somewhere on the thoroughfare, on the side of the road in some torn up clothes with a pistol in my pocket. Bam. And you said, hey, do you want to see the West with me? Because love's out there and I can't leave it be. Like, all of this is so... If you've watched the movie, like, this is... They go on a road trip, basically, and they spend all this time together. Alright, moving on. Next film is The Witch. Or The Witch. It's just called The Witch, but I like calling it The Witch. It's a Robert Eggers film, and I love Robert Eggers' work. It's got Anya Taylor-Joy in it. Love her as well. That I would also argue was very obviously Ethel Cain coded. Not like, I feel like the drama, that's like towing the line a little bit, but Leviticus, My Own Private Idaho, and The Witch, like, bro, you're in there. For The Witch, I thought Family Tree was convenient. It's based around, I think her name's Thomason. She's like, I don't know, she's young. She's like 15 or 16 and she lives in the olden times, like witch trial times. So her and her family are sort of isolated and they live next to these woods, and it's rumored that in these woods there's a witch, and then weird stuff starts happening to their family, and yeah, it gets a bit crazy. I think the lyric, I'm just a child but I'm not above violence, is very convenient for Thomason. They're also religious, like, I think. They believe in this witch and, like, Satan. It was rumored back then, I love this fun fact, I think it's so interesting. There's this goat that this family has called Black Phillip. He's like a black goat with like really crazy looking horns. Like, he looks pretty scary, low-key. And it was rumored back then that black goat took the form, or Satan took the form of black goat. So Thomason has like 2 or 3 younger siblings who sing this song about this goat that they have and about how he has like witchy powers or whatever. And I think that's so interesting that people thought that black goats were like Satan. Anyway, next, Romeo and Juliet 1996. Again, this is like the drama, not very Ethel Cain coded, obviously. I think the song Tempest of Willoughby Tucker is very Romeo and Juliet, or more specifically, I think it's very Juliet. Please just go easy on me. I am young and naive. I don't know what I need. Because Juliet's like young. She baby. Like 14, I think, in the play, and like 16 or 17 in this movie. Juliet is like screwed over by everybody. Her family is not thinking of her in like, not thinking of her best interest. Romeo's not great either, because he's older than her, at least in the play. He's older than her by a lot. He's like 25 and she's like 14. So like, no one's really looking out for my girl Juliet. I am, but I wasn't in the movie, so I couldn't do anything about that. Let me see if there's anything else. Because death, it takes too long and I can't wait. Oh! Okay, The Killing of a Sacred Deer. This movie I didn't love, but I thought the premise of it was very interesting. It's got very cool dynamics in it. Let's call it that. I don't know this movie that well, and therefore I didn't know what song to pick, but I thought Ptolemaea was a good one, just because there's a letterboxd review of this movie that I love. A man who plays God meets a boy who plays devil. That is such a good sum up of the movie, and it's very interesting. I think it's based off some sort of story. It's some sort of like mythology or legend, something like that, but it is good and I would recommend it. Thought Ptolemaea was a good song because, let me read you the lyrics. You love blood too much, but not like I do, not like I do. That, to me, feels like Barry Keoghan's character talking to Colin. I think, what fear a man like you brings upon a woman like me? Please don't look at me. I can see it in your eyes. He keeps looking at me. Tell me, what have you done? Blah, 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 blah. That whole bit. I feel like not only can that be applicable to the dynamic, but also Stephen's wife, Anna. I feel like that could be her perspective as well. But it's very cool. It's another one that like sort of talks about morality. Next, Brokeback Mountain. Now, naturally, for one of the most tragic movies, I'm going to pair it with one of the most tragic songs of Ethel Cain, of ever actually. Waco, Texas. This is one of my favorite Ethel Cain songs. All these lyrics are so... But then the morning comes, you were there looking for me, but I was gone, turned my back for a moment, and you had fallen apart. How much of a cruel year can you call my fault? But in the low light, you know I'd do anything for you. Oh my god, in the low light. Oh, okay, well, now it gets. Yeah, you've changed, but did I ever know you, or did I hold you facing away from me? Love is not enough in this world. But I still believe in Nebraska dreamin', 'cause I'd rather die than be anything but your girl. Okay, I need to stop. Basically, the entirety of Waco, Texas is Brokeback Mountain. Moving on. Okay, All of Us Strangers. This is also one of my, like, low-key one of my favorite movies. I've only watched it the once because it's disgustingly sad. Nettles is the one I allocated. Tell me all the time not to worry, and think of all the time I'll have with you when I won't wake up on my own. Oh, I forgot that lyric was in there. I can hear them singing, to love me is to suffer me, and I believe that. I think both Harry and Adam would think that of themselves. Okay, this lyric is like one of the worst things I've ever heard because it is just so good. That picture on the wall you're scared of looks just like you. Why'd she write that down? Oh. I want to bleed, I want to hurt the way the boys do. I feel like that's Adam. The film talks about internalized homophobia a bit and sort of death and grief specifically. So I feel like Adam himself, being a gay man, would have a lot of trouble, or has a lot of trouble accepting himself for who he is. Picnic on Hanging Rock. I really liked this movie. I thought it was a teeny bit boring, but I think the whole movie and the plot of it is like very ambiguous, so it kind of ties itself into that. It's about this boarding school of girls. They go on like a trip. It's set in Australia, but they go just below Hanging Rock, and then these three girls go and explore Hanging Rock, and they go missing and no one can find them. They don't know where they are. Hanging Rock has sort of got this mythology around it, like it's weird. Low-key, it's very queer-coded because there's these two girls, Sarah and Miranda. I think they're roommates or best friends, and Sarah for some reason doesn't go on this like little excursion to Hanging Rock, and Miranda's one of the girls that goes missing, and Sarah is like really attached to her, but I feel like low-key Sarah liked Miranda a little bit. Like it feels like that to me. So I put the song Fuck Me Eyes. Felt like that was very much like Sarah talking about Miranda. She's got her hair up to God. She's gonna get what she wants. She's just trying to feel good right now. They want to take her out, but no one ever wants to take her home. I just feel like, I mean, if we explored a bit more of the Miranda-Sarah dynamic and like how they interacted or like their personal lives a little bit more, I think Fuck Me Eyes would be very applicable. But it's also another like gothic movie, so naturally it's got those Ethel Cain vibes. Promising Young Woman. There's a lot of controversy around this movie. Some people love it, some people hate it. Gibson Girl was the song that I thought was applicable to this movie because she sort of seduces men and then kills them. The song itself is quite sexy and also sickening. You want to love me right now, you want to get alone with me, you want to get my clothes off and hurt me. Black leather and dark glasses, pour in another while I shake my ass. He's cold-blooded so it takes more time to bleed. So yeah. Okay, Jennifer's Body. This one has two songs. Okay, first song is Two-Headed Mother. Two-Headed Mother is a underrated Ethel Cain song, by the way. One lyric I think that's like very Jennifer is, I've loved before, I'll kill again, you're just the worst of all my men. And then the other song is Janie. I know she's your girl now, but she was my girl first. This can go to either Jennifer or Needy. Needy can be saying that about Jennifer, about the guys that take her, but also Jennifer could be saying that about Needy in terms of Needy's boyfriend Chip. So like it can go both ways. I Believe in Unicorns, Western Nights. I Believe in Unicorns is a beautiful movie about like romanticization of relationships and older guys specifically. It's about, I think she's a 16-year-old and she gets involved with this older boy. He's got to be like 22. Anyway, she goes on this like sort of, she like runs away from home with him. She's got some problems at home, like her mother's not well, and she's full of whimsy and imagination. She kind of gets herself involved with this guy and he ends up being a dickhead. I watched him show his love through shades of black and blue. While I'm face first in the bed, show me how much I mean to you. I'm never gonna leave you, baby, even if you lose what's left of your mind, 'cause you know I'll be right there beside you riding through all these Western nights. Gone Girl. I literally watched this like the other night. I've watched that movie a handful of times, but it's not my favorite movie. I don't know what it is about it. It's just like, I love watching it and it keeps me entertained for the 2.5 hour like runtime, but I don't know, it's not everything to me. Anyway, another unreleased Ethel Cain song called Mondays. Mondays is great. You ask me if I'm angry. Well, hell yeah, I fucking am. Can't help the way God made me, but he won't get away with that again. So I left my man in the middle of the highway, won't be seen with him because that's embarrassing. He can be such a bitch and it makes me sick. That line specifically is exactly how Amy feels about her husband. It's been too long since I've gotten laid and longer still since I wanted it. The only time I'll open up is when I'm firing. I rest my case. Stoker, I love this movie. This is such a strange movie. I didn't quite know what song, but another favorite song of mine by Ethel Cain is called Head in the Wall from Golden Age. I think the lyric that made me think of this is, when I'm just an ugly bitch, a fucking freak, and I don't want to go on. And I don't want to leave my house because I know everybody's staring at me now. Twilight New Moon. Miss You So. Oh my god, this is so funny. I told you from the start I'd disappear when it gets cold. But you found a way to keep me there with a body to hold. Edward? Are you singing that, bro? Like, that's crazy. And then I was thinking of this more in Bella's perspective, but I miss what you'd do to me when I was in need of you and blacked out. I miss you, darling. I miss you so. I'm sorry I went crazy. I just thought I'd let you know. And then finally, I watched this movie again a few days ago. It's an Australian little indie film called Somersault. Thought American Teenager was very fitting. It's kind of just about this girl who runs away from home because she kissed her mom's boyfriend, and she meets this older guy and he's okay. It's kind of similar to I Believe in Unicorns. She's quite whimsical. I don't need anything from anyone. It's just not my year, but I'm all good out here. That was the one I was like, this is about her. I think her name's Heidi. There's a few other movies on here that I'm like, they are Ethel Cain coded, but I need to find a song, so maybe I'll do a part 2. Let me know what you think. If you have any other suggestions, I'd low-key love to know and add to my list. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.